everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts, and guys, Arrow is finally back on TV with Blood Debts, episode number 10 of season 4. Blood Debts just finished airing on TV, and I'm here to review / just talk about the episode. So if you've not seen the newest episode of Arrow, episode 10 of season 4, Blood Debts, click away now. I'm getting into spoilers. Are you gone? Are you gone? Okay, so first things first, they revealed an extra scene at the end that's a part of the flash forward scene, a continuation, if you will, and they confirmed it, and I've said it from the beginning, and now I can completely 100% confirm it from the show. Felicity is not dead. Oliver gets in that limo after he's at the gravesite, and there's Felicity in the car. That confirms Felicity is not in the grave. The marketing team putting that whole scene in the trailer with Felicity in the hospital and all that kind of stuff, and Oliver's at the gravesite from the flash forward scene at the end of the first episode of season 4. Oh my gosh. It's like, oh, Felicity's gonna die. No, she's not. They just confirmed it. Felicity's not dead. So I'm assuming a couple more episodes in down the road from now, they're going to have another flash forward scene with another character that's in the limo as well, or whatever, or they are there, they show a funeral scene and you see Felicity, Oliver, and then somebody else that's not dead in a flash forward scene. So that's the big thing that took away from this episode was at the very end. Felicity is not in the grave, so everybody calm down. Felicity is not dead. So I'm definitely excited for that, and I'm glad that I called it. They confirmed it. They didn't tease us and all that kind of stuff. They just confirmed it. Boom. Felicity's not in that grave. Okay, let's get to the actual episode itself. So this is the episode of Returning of Anarchy, which was pretty menacing tonight, but it was kind of interesting because they didn't play it to where Anarchy is, I guess you could say, the big bad of the week, essentially, because the whole point of this was Damien Darhk. Green Arrow at this point used Anarchy to track Damien Darhk, but it turns out that he saved Damien Darhk's family from Anarchy because he tied up his wife and tied up Damien's daughter, which I tweeted at the time saying, that's pretty dark, you just tied up the little girl like that. And it's like, and Anarchy's like, yeah, I'm gonna burn you alive when Damien shows up. And then, of course, Arrow and the team Green Arrow and the Team Arrow come and save them and all that kind of stuff. And then there's a split up because Anarchy runs away, and then Thea goes after him, and then Oliver walks out the door, and there is Damien Darhk. They have a little tussle. Damien Darhk uses his mystical demon possession powers and throws an arrow at him, pulls another one back with his powers and throws it back at Oliver, which was pretty interesting, basically using his own weapons against him. And then the most interesting aspect from this is that we're seeing the kind of go back and forth between Anarchy's tied up to a tree. Thea has the arrow pulled at him. She doesn't pull the arrow. Anarchy escapes. And then Damien spares Oliver's life, spares the Green Arrow's life, because, at least for now, because he saved Damien's family. So that was pretty interesting. Kind of a weird side of Damien. I know he's still the big bad villain of season 4, but the fact that he's like, yeah, I'll spare you. I guess it just shows kind of there's some human aspect to the character. I know he's a dad and he's a husband, but he's the big bad. He was big bads against Ra's al Ghul, however you want to pronounce that. And so it's interesting to see kind of a human side to him where he's like, you saved my family. I'll let you live for a little bit. So I like that aspect of seeing Damien Darhk in that light, and the fact that Anarchy escaped. So Anarchy is probably going to come back again at some point, but we'll see what happens there. Next up, I do want to talk about is obviously Felicity in the episode, because we already talked about the confirmation at the end, but I do want to talk about Felicity in the hospital thing. Now, I was pretty intrigued by this because I was expecting a lot of scenes at the hospital and a lot of scenes revolving around that. I mean, and the whole overarching, hanging over everybody was the Felicity angle. It was brought up many times, Diggle beating the crap out of Andy over Felicity, give me some information about Darhk. And Oliver is not going to visit Felicity because he's too busy trying to find, Damien Darhk and trying to locate where he's at. So he's going after Hive members, and which is really awesome because fucking Oliver is just kicking some ass and turning back into Dark Oliver from season 1 and 2 over this whole situation. So it was pretty awesome to see that, but not many scenes revolving around showing Felicity, but the scenes they did show of her was her and then the rest of Team Arrow without Oliver there because he's too busy trying to find Damien Darhk. And then there is 2 scenes of her and just Oliver together talking and all that kind of stuff. The first scene they actually had together on screen was pretty brutal because it's after the reveal that Felicity is, she's going to be in a wheelchair essentially. They can't fix her spine. It's not going to happen. She's going to be in that wheelchair, and that's why everybody's like, "Oh my God!" I even received a tweet on Twitter saying, "Oh my God, Felicity's Oracle," and I had to tweet back, "Nope, they've confirmed she's not Oracle. She's just going to be in the wheelchair for quite some time until eventually she'll get out of that chair. Hopefully, I hope that's the arc they go with because I think that eventually they'll figure out a way to help her. I'm assuming Star Labs will be able to figure it out and be able to help her, on the Flash side. But that's just the theory. But Felicity, I feel like Oliver and Felicity in this episode the chemistry was really, really good. The performances out of both actors were very, very good because I really believed that Oliver is just so devastated and Felicity is really heartbroken over this whole situation. And even though she knows that she's paralyzed or, she'll be in a wheelchair for quite some time until they figure out a way to fix her, that she's still thinking in the mindset of we have to stop Damien Darhk, I know that's why you're not here, Oliver, because you're too busy trying to find him. So I like the fact that even though she is, at her lowest point, physically and all that kind of stuff from what happened in the mid-season finale, she's still strong, still holding it together. So I got to give props there. So that is my really thoughts about this episode. I thought that it was a great episode, a great comeback. They answered some questions right away. They answered the question, what's really wrong with her? Is the theory true that she's in a wheelchair? Yes, she's going to be in a wheelchair. In what capacity and how long, we don't know. And of course, they also revealed, which I felt was really, really nice, is that they finally just said, okay, fine, we're going to give them a small little tidbit. Felicity's not the one dead. So that's good. I can't wait. Actually, I can't wait to see reactions to the episode from other people on YouTube because I can't wait to see how they freak out and so like stuff when he gets in the car and Felicity's right there next to him and it confirms she's not in the grave. So there you have it, guys. That is my review to the episode. That's my discussion of the episode. What do you guys think about this episode? What was your personal favorite parts? What did you like about the episode? What didn't you like? Do you like the reveals they did in this episode? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching my review to this episode. Peace out.